Alright guys, Irish Month continues. We are here with the most popular Irish whiskey in the entire world, Jameson. I know you all have heard of Jameson. I know I was experiencing Jameson a lot in college. Never neat, but a lot of times in college. And this is, by far, when someone asks you, what's an Irish whiskey, you'd say Jameson. That's the one that first always comes to my mind. It does follow traditional Irish whiskey, triple distilled, and this is actually an 80 proof product. Jameson's been around for many years, since the early 1800s actually, and they make several different types of expressions of their Jameson. So they actually make, what I'm really interested in actually, they actually call them cask mates. And there's two different types right now. There's a stout version and an IPA version. So what they do is they take that Jameson and they put that Jameson into barrels that formerly held stout beer or actually IPA beer. So it picks up a lot of that influence, and I've had a couple samples of those in the past, and they're definitely both unique. Personally, I prefer the stout version myself. Hopefully, I can review those for you guys coming up down the road, but I figured today we better jump into Jameson. I mean, everyone's heard of Jameson. It's the budget option for people. I figure we better get into it, so let's get into it, guys. So as you can see, I have had this bottle open for a little while here. This is courtesy of Irish cocktail night we did the other night, and about half the bottle's gone now. This is just a 375, but yeah, we made a good dent in that there. All right, well, just looking at the pour there, it's actually got really nice color. It's a dark, kind of a medium amber brownish color. Now, during the Irish cocktail night, I did not drink this straight. I only had it in the cocktails, obviously. So I'll be interested to see how this is straight. It's a nice color. It's a golden color, a little bit more of the dark influence than, say, like the Tullamore Dew had. So I feel like this is picking up a little more color than that. So, all right, guys, let's go into the nose here. It actually doesn't smell as bad on the nose as I was expecting. I was a little worried about it being overly metallic, if you will. On the nose, it's not too bad yet. It does have definitely that what I would describe as the pot still grain, the grain note. Quite grainy. As I mentioned, not quite to the metallic level yet. Maybe on the taste, we'll see. Actually smells like a little bit of a fruit influence on this a little bit as well. I mean, honey. I get some honey in this. I don't smell too much of the barrel or the age influence on it, if you will. It's not really off-putting on the nose. Not too bad, so let's give it a sip, guys. Cheers. I mean, it's a little stingy, a little rough around the edges, I would say. So a lot more of that metallic pot, still grainy taste definitely came through on the palate on this. Definitely not as well-rounded as, say, like the Teeling single grain. That was just so smooth. This really leaves a little bit of a bite, which is good. I think a little bit of bite is good in your whiskey. And with Irish, at least the Irishes I've had, guys, still new to Irish in general, but all of them had that little bit of grainy bite, but this is a little too much of a grain bite for me. After taking a sip, though, and going back into the nose, that honey does come through a lot more. That's kind of nice. Yeah. I definitely say it still has the honey on the palate. Quite grainy still, though. Maybe a little bit too much of I think a little too much grain for me personally. Now, I think for the price, guys, this is probably going to run you about, at least locally for me, about $30 to $35, and that's for a 750. For that price, I mean, I'd be okay drinking it straight. It's not, it wouldn't be my go-to Irish to begin with. After just trying even just a few other options, it's just a little too rough around the edges for me, I guess. I mean, in a pinch, it's fine. In a cocktail, as I said, I did lots of cocktails the other night, and it was good in the cocktails for sure. So I think it does hold up well in a cocktail, and that extra little grain bite gives it a little more kick. So I think in cocktails that's better. You know, drinking straight, it may not be so good to have that little extra grainy kick unless you like that flavor, of course. But yeah, I mean, I'm not overly impressed, and I'm not disappointed. That's honestly how I feel about it. So overall, I think it's for a $30, if you can find it on the lower end around $30, I think it's good. You could use it in cocktails for sure. You can drink it straight, again, if you like that kind of flavor profile. Me personally, though, guys, I think I would probably lean towards something a little with a little more that's a little smoother, a little cleaner around the edges, not as much sting, not as much bite, maybe something a little more complex. Thank you so much for watching the review today, guys. If you liked what you saw, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and that bell notification to be notified when a new video drops and when I go live. I also want to say a quick thank you to all my new patrons. I just launched a Patreon page, and I've got a couple new patrons I need to thank. So thank you so much to DJ Beacon, Christopher David, Steve Anderson, Danielo Zayats, Brendan Weiss, Spencer Gaskell, Burton Carricker, and Brian Walsh. Thank you all so much for joining the Bourbinsane family. You really don't know how much it means to me. Because of you guys, I am going to be doing a couple new things with the channel. So a quick channel update, guys. I actually have reached out to a couple distilleries here local in Michigan, and they have given me the green light to go visit, bring the camera, and try some stuff right out of the barrel. So I'm really excited to do that. I think that's going to be a great time and great information about some local places around here too. So if you feel like supporting the channel too, please do go check out my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/bourbinsane. There's a lot of exclusive patron-only content going on there, and I am going to be doing monthly Google Hangouts with my patrons, so that's going to be a great time. If that's something you want to do, please do consider joining. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Stay insane.